All right, we are live and ready to go. Yay, I can be heard. Everybody say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Excellent. Don't Let's see if we can get Sirenscape to work with awesome. That went amazingly smooth. So
Uh,
nice little blessing. I needed it because I was ready to TPK everybody, but that helped. All right, so um, when last we met, kill stream eyes. There we go. Um, you guys had found out that there was a book written that had your names in it. So you only get to answer one question. So, uh, if you know the answer, roll me a 12-sider. Question is, what? The book is called A Canopic Being, but what is the purpose of the ritual within the book that has you guys so curious and so maybe alarmed? All right, so Mantha.
The book is about like a ritual that puts like a mummy lord's organs into living vessels. And our names mean that we're supposedly willing to have that done, which is freaky.
Okay. So the next question, same thing. If you know the answer, roll. If this happens, and an organ from the mummy lord is replaced within the person, what is the result of that? All right, John.
The result is pretty much he can take over your body and you become willing to him basically.
You become his servant, correct. Doesn't go into any more details on that. So, but yes, you become his servant. All right, excellent. So, you guys then had to take a little trip. You took, I'll throw a softball for the last two players. How did you get to the continent you are on?
Poor Nick is like Hermione in class, raising her hand for every question that gets called on.
I was slowly rolling. Well,
Right.
I guess I rolled 6, then 7, but I was like, I'm slowly rolling lower. No, I'm rolling 6, 7. Yeah. But we teleported to from Candlekeep to our location.
Correct. You went to Tashluta, which is the capital city of Tashalar. And once you arrived there, you were within sight of the house of the all seeing orb. And the house of the all seeing orb is a huge complex dedicated to the study of divination magic. So you have scholars, clerics, mages, monks, probably even some sorcerers who are all within there. Not to mention crap ton of commoners and people who want to just earn some money being runners and workers and common laborers within such a large edifice. So there's lots of different people, and most of them are wearing yellow. It differentiates the people who are studying there to the workers. Most workers are wearing white. And when you got there, you had to go and talk to. You went in and talked to. You were told, "Hey, just go in there and you'll get the answers you need." So you went in there, and you noticed that most of the priests, at least, have a third eye tattooed or applied to their foreheads. And there was a sheer Endelian, who was a female priest, who was making tea and had tea service for all of you when you came in. And you sat down and were told that you guys need to. You were asked a bunch of questions. You're on the hunt for Myastan, who was the person who brought in, who first was studying the Canopic being. The Canopic being had been sent to Candlekeep several months ago, was mostly ignored until Myastan started to study it and read it. And I'm sharing. That's why it keeps popping up. I'm like, that was really fast. It was fast because I'm sharing the wrong screen. So I'll fix that real quick. Anyway, so Myastan was studying it, and then when she saw her name in the back of it, she also went and got teleported here to try to find more information. So your quest, what is your quest? Well, your quest is to find her. Hopefully she will give you more information about this book and how to stop it and who it is and all these other things. There we go.
Alrighty.
So when you had talked to her, she had told you that Myastan had arrived yesterday and was going to go try to talk to this guy named Valen Sarnaster. The sage is... Valen has a special place, a special sanctum, and very few... you have to be invited by Valen in order to arrive there. And so Myastan received the invitation. She went there. So you guys were like, well, how do we get an invitation? When a person came up and said, here's an invitation from Valen for the party. So you guys just went there. Trying to remember if there's anything else, anything major I missed. There was another person. Three other
There's
people.
currently I believe a priest who is like the head priest is currently with Valen. I can't remember which one was it. Like
So there was a human mage,
Zemru
a
Thal?
tiefling gladiator, and a Candlekeep sage. Myastan, you know Myastan. Were there
Also,
three.
the Oracle as well. Don't forget the Oracle's there.
So, and they have not come back yet either. Usually, it varies greatly depending on what they do and why they're there. But it is a little odd. You guys pressed and pushed and found out it is a little odd for this many people to be staying there that long. There is also a woman. She has an aide or a I forget the actual term they use for it. Her name is Alicia Basir. Trying to skim up this wall of text. Here it is. Her attendant. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. So, Valen's attendant is Alicia. She comes and goes back and forth for supplies and information, notes, things like that. And so, when you teleported in, that's who was waiting for you. And when you teleported in, you came through this shed. Looked like it had a bunch of tools and other things. It was guarded by some acolytes. Opened up, crawled down a ladder into this big 40-foot chamber, stone chamber, and then you saw across from you this portal that you all walk through. Looking for the image of the portal.
Portal kind of looked like an eye, from what I remember.
Why didn't that work? There we go. So you guys walked through the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And arrived at this map. Let me make sure I have everything set up correctly so I'm not exposing myself to everybody. Is the door open? Interesting. What is going on? Let me check something. Ah, that's very bizarre. Okay. There we go. Alright, and so we have Genesis. Alright, and I've not heard from Kendrick. Are you here?
Yeah,
Okay.
clearly.
Alright, so anything else anybody wanted to add or have any questions?
I just wanted to add the map is very pretty, beautiful, diamondy, gemmy wise. I don't know how to best put it. It looks shiny. Like it looks like if John was if I was here in John's place, I'd be like, ooh, shiny.
Exactly. And the reason for that, hold on a second. Let me. I was in the middle of trying to fix this. There it is. Okay. So the reason is that the crystal from which this temple is constructed glows with a bright light that fills everywhere. So the walls obscure certain features. However, there are certain areas, certain things that you can see through. The hallways and are 15 feet high with flat ceilings. Sometimes, at least where you are now, it's 15 feet. The doors in the tomb are made of crystal as well. And the walls of the tomb are adorned with decorative eyes.
Oh, a very beautiful map overall, Sven. Just saying. It looks amazing. How long did it take you to do it, just for quick astounding eyes, just a quick presumption?
Well, I'll give you a quick glimpse behind the curtain. That's what the map was like originally. Let me see. Yeah. Just a black and white map. Before I got to it. And
Very nice.
so because of Fantasy Grounds and the way it's set up, the actual drawing out of the map is relatively quick, but I've spent probably an hour and a half just on the details of the map.
So, like the textures and stuff, basically.
Because I had to make, I had to do the line of sight. I had to throw in every door. I had to throw in all the furniture that you'll see. So
Yeah.
all the stuff on there that you'll see. So it's been about an hour and a half, and I'm not done. I'm
Oh wow,
about
that's
halfway through what I need to do to finish the map. So
that's still a lot of time for. You still got a lot done for what you did. That's amazing.
thank you. All right, so that's what it looks like as you guys are here. All right, any other questions or comments before we get started here? All right, so
No, I think
stepping through the portal, you're in the middle of this small square room. I'm going to turn down the grid. Actually, going to turn it off for a little while because we don't need it yet. Tokens are unlocked, but as you step through the portal, again, the ceilings, floor, and walls are made of glowing crystals. The walls have eyes set within them, and you see a door, crystal door that is closed. You can just make out the long corridor through the door because it's made of crystal. And in front of you is a yellow-robed priest of Savras. And let's see if they actually what? That is not what I wanted. Alright, so no, they don't give you a picture of her. So you can just zoom in if you want to see what she looks like. Alright, so as you come in, I presume you must have been summoned by Valen.
correct. We were told we were expected.
I will let you
I'm
know.
Tusk, and these are my companions.
I am Alicia. I am her aide. Aide to Valen. I will let you know that time does pass a little differently here.
In
This
what
is-
way?
It varies by individual, or by, in your case, group or party. Sometimes you'll see that apparently who have apparently been gone for months have only been in here a few hours, and sometimes it's the other way around. If you will follow me, I will take you to see Valen.
Alrighty. Please lead the way. And Tusk moves to follow her.
That last
John's
phrase
gonna.
I said was a lie because the DM misread it.
Oops.
You have. She opens the door and says, "You have free run of the temple. You will find Valen when fate determines it." And she walks out the door.
Look, man, that might piss some people off, but when fate determines it is like Jen's whole religion, so she's cool with this.
Yeah, I agree with Jen. I'm just going to follow behind Tusk cautiously.
She closes
Oh
the
no,
door in her
I'm No, I'm being very literal about this. Like, that is how Jen does it. She just like does what like feels right. She's like, yeah, I think my God wants me to do this, and just does it. So
Hold on just a moment, guys. I mean, go ahead. Keep talking.
Jen lives the lifestyle John lives, one day at a time.
Yeah.
look, man, I just didn't
Us
want to make
does
a
not.
cleric that was all preachy and stuff. Okay.
Listen, to be fair though, I mean, are you really a cleric? You don't even heal.
Bitch, I do heal. We got a counter in chat for when I heal.
You heal the lions that get knocked out by Tusk. That's right, I forgot.
And she said, don't kill him.
Jen comes in when we need it most. Regardless of that, I don't, on the whole fate matter, I don't pretend to understand this higher magic stuff. I just try to control what I can. Ultimately, apparently that means having to reopen this door.
To be fair, in a part in the past, when fate willed us, we just did what we wanted, basically. So, like, realistically, fate tells me that if she says we have free reign of the temple, just do what you want, look where you want, basically. Free reign means just go hog wild for pirates. So.
Okay. On that note, though, I think free reign does not mean loot the place. Don't steal anything.
I'm not, okay? Unless
She looks like pointedly at both the rogues in the party and then at Gimbal too.
Listen, if your God wills
and then
it,
back at John.
Listen, if your God wills it, then it wills us to steal something, okay? But other than that, I won't steal anything unless your God wills it.
My God talks to me. He talks to me and speaks through me. He doesn't talk to you. I mean, maybe if you want to convert, but
my religion is pretty much wine and swearing, so I can't really say much.
There's a God for that, probably.
Probably.
Anyway, hey Tusk, does that door work?
I've not touched it yet because I'm waiting for Sven to let me know that things are okay.
I was just waiting for Sven to be like, "Hey, you can open the door now," you know.
Yeah, I'm randomly just
of what fate does or doesn't wield. Don't loot the place. We are still guests, even if we can move around. If things change, things change. But for now, we're guests in someone's home, not enemies. It's
So
not a
correct,
raid.
if they attack us, then you give me permission to loot the place, right?
To loot the attackers.
Loot the attackers,
If you
alright.
become enemies with everyone here, then yes, you can loot the place.
Alright, fair enough.
I can't believe we have to put that in writing. She like kind of like just face palms, like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten into?
Well, that's what happens.
Actually-
That's what happens when you have two rogues in the party and a
And Gimbal.
Yeah, a Gimbal who is a stone dwarf. Are you not?
Mm.
He's a gnome.
No. Well,
No.
yeah. Well, don't quote me on that, but gnomes like stealing as well. I mean, I see them on the front yard stealing everything. So
They also steal your left socks. That's why they never come out of the fantasy dryer.
really,
All right,
Mhm.
you're
Did you steal my?
Blood stuff.
free to move
Then
about
who's-
the cabin.
Then who's stealing my right sock? Then
Alrighty. And Tusk opens the door, and
John's just gonna
down.
follow behind him. Yeah.
All right, so you see ahead of you, there's some. Eventually ends in a door, and there are two hallways branching off.
Hallways. Who thinks that door's important? Hallways, for sure.
Yeah.
So you
Free
see.
reign in a weird place. Looks like
I say we
Might
stick
as well take
together.
every
I say we stick together so we don't get lost. Because I don't know.
yeah.
Well, obviously.
Well, it looks like we have another door here. I'm gonna try to open it.
Okay, it's open. It's unlocked.
Great.
All right, so in here,
Mario.
this room is furnished. It has, you see, a simple cot, a little footlocker, a round table and a chair, wooden cupboard, and there are small figurines of cats along the top of the cupboard. There's a folding screen that's obscuring the far corner of the room. I just don't have it blocking line of sight, but the screen is there.
Well, it looks like another nice little bed chamber. That's about all this is. And Tusk is gonna turn around and start walking back to the main hallway.
Hey Sven. Sorry for the abrupt leave, but Mom needs me for something.
Okay.
I need to go to the store with her to get something, so I have to drive her.
It happens.
No worries. Drive safe.
Yeah. She wants to go to the store to get pizza, so that's where we're going to get pizza.
Okay.
So
Well, make sure to kill your character while you're gone.
Definitely. Make sure you sacrifice me to your god, Genesis. I'll make it.
No. Sylvanas does not want blood sacrifices.
Blood for the blood
Genesis,
god,
you
skull
mean-
for the skull throne.
No. Okay. He's not Technoblade.
I mean, my guy would Grumsh. Wouldn't
He's
mind.
not mine.
But alright, guys, thank you. I will, if I get back in time, I will hop back in.
Alrighty, I'll see you later.
See you in a bit.
Genesis, you didn't, and Gimbal, you didn't go in the room at all.
I did not.
I'll go in the room. Yeah, sure.
Tusk is just kind of like looks like a bedroom. Cats,
You notice
and then
that
walks
the-
out.
You notice that the cupboard door is slightly ajar, slightly open.
So is it a door or is it a jar?
What are you doing besides standing in the doorway?
Snooping.
So you see that the figurines are made of glass, ceramic, wood, all different types. inside the cupboard right now is an empty glass flask, half a loaf of bread, and 3 peaches.
Neat. Jen's going to, once she's sufficiently snooped, she's going to, leave the cupboard door, like, the way it was before, slightly ajar. She's like, I'm gonna snoop, but I'm not gonna leave a trace.
Okay. So besides snooping, I presume just the cabinet. What else are you doing? Are you looking around?
She'll peek behind the curtain, or the
You see a
the
very
screen.
clean toilet.
Understandable. And on that, she's going back out of the room. Closes the door behind her. I think because it was
Okay.
it was closed when we got there.
Yes, it was. Alright, so let me zoom out. Okay. Go ahead.
Tusk,
wasn't much
as
in
you kind of
there.
walk back out into the hallway, Jen's like you see Tusk kind of looking down this hallway and then turning to walk towards the door.
Oh, you don't want to go through that hallway?
Huh? Catch up! As he like kind of calls down the hallway towards you. um,
Have you moved? Because I don't see you moving, Tusk. Let me close.
no,
and
I'm like close
reopen the
to
map.
the far
Um,
door.
Oh, okay, because on
Change.
my screen, I am right next to you.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody's back.
no,
So
on
I'm
my
gonna
screen
close,
I'm like
reopen the
next
map.
to the far door. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Well, so Tusk went here. He did, glanced down and then continued moving down.
What's going on?
Can you see that he moved that time?
I'm gonna
No.
Or maybe if I
drop you again. Hold on. See if that helps.
okay. Did I move for you guys that time?
I see a Tusk moving, but I don't know if it is
Okay.
Nick moving Tusk or if it is Sven moving Tusk.
I should be on the other side of the side hallway now.
Yeah,
Nope.
I don't know what's going on.
That's odd.
So Nick, you close and reopen your map.
Yeah. Oh. Do that? Yeah. Did so, and I'm still where I last moved my character. It's odd.
Leave and rejoin the campaign? I don't know.
Is your token still there?
Nope, Tusk disappeared.
Okay. Genesis, go ahead and move. Gimbal, go ahead and move.
Okay. See you
Yeah, I
guys
see the
moving.
two of them.
Can you see me moving?
I don't see you moving. That is so weird.
Odd.
Nick.
I'm very clearly moving on my screen. Here, I'm just gonna real quick exit the program and then rejoin.
Okay.
Hopefully that fixes it. But point is, as Tusk moves towards the far door and you guys kind of catch up, he's like, it looks like that hallway opens up to a much larger area. So, I mean, at the very least, this hallway seems to go down to a big room and then seems to continue on for a bit. So I think check this room first.
Alright, so give me just a moment.
Sorry,
He's coming back in.
Join.
Alright, so
as a side thing, as we wait for my
Go ahead.
thing to load, I don't think Joker has checked his notes tab for what his god is in a bit, because last time that I controlled his character, I kind of changed to what it was.
Nice.
Doesn't seem like he's noticed yet. Alrighty. Still loading a little bit. Do.
Alright, so while he's loading up,
Yeah.
you guys looking around. Again, you see everything is lit, so you're able to see as far as you, until something blocks your vision, pretty much. Because nothing is going that far that you can't see. It's not like it's a mile away, but here we go. Alright, give me just a moment here. Come on. When people jump onto this table, it slows things down for a moment. So
Oh, jeez.
it's not your fault.
Right, not that I can
It's
really
not
do
working.
about it, but
Alright, and then I need to change this. Alright, he's back. So let's check and see if that fixed the issue.
trying to pull up the map right now.
Alright, give me just one more second. I need to check one other thing. You won't be able to pull up the map because you're not on it.
Ah, okay. I was having a slight panic attack as I'm like clicking on my, token on my player sheet that normally pops it up, and it's like, it's not working. Huh.
Zoom, Tusk. Boom.
Okay. Oh, no, I need to adjust the map again.
Yeah, I had it zoomed out, sorry.
Nope, totally alright.
Let me zoom back. Okay, now I see you moving up because it's locked. Okay, now it's unlocked. Let's see if we move again. Yay. We see you moving. Well, I see you moving.
Sweet.
Tusk isn't stuck in like
Hey, that,
I don't know, like a
temporal
time
areas
limit.
where time's weird,
Yeah,
sometimes it just
we were
random.
told time's weird in this area, so
I mean, we already lost both John and Kithri to it. So
No, Kithri's there. She's just stealthy, obviously.
obviously, but yeah. So
Look, man, I think Kithri not being here is just like a normal occurrence of, oh, she's somewhere.
I mean,
She's
true.
probably around that next corner or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
She'll
I'm
pop
just
up
gonna real
when it
quick move my
becomes
character back
relevant.
this way, and then just so that I can make sure I have seen the prior area.
All right, so you're
Lost all of it. Okay.
now that two of you are able to see it. I'm going to wait until at least two of you can see it, since there's only 3 players right now. But if Tusk continue, I'm just going to wait for Tusk, or I'll pull him aside and describe what happens. So, so you see
Ready?
way up ahead that there is a dais in the center of the room. Also made of crystal.
Right.
It's hard to tell
And what
from
looks to
here,
be-
but you think the dais itself also might be giving off a little bit of a glow, but it's hard to tell.
And looks like there's some doors on the far side of the room.
Yes, you can just make them out on the other side of the dais.
Well, that looks important, so I think I'm going to check this door here first.
Yes, the completionist method of playing video games.
Mhm.
Huh, that looks like where I'm supposed to go. Anyway.
Yep.
And if it could talk,
And,
then it would say, Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus.
Amadeus. I try to open the door. Don't know
Alright,
if it's locked or
so
not.
as you open the door, you see this room are obscured by hanging mirrors. And you see yourself in these mirrors.
Oh, and I'm gonna kind of walk into the room past like one of the mirrors.
Okay. How are you walking past the mirror?
I kind of, as I walk in, I put my hand up and I just kind of like push it to the side as I walk past it.
Okay. So,
As you touch the
Here it
mirror.
is. Gotta do that, and then this. Oh, Alicia's in the combat tracker. I don't remember putting her in the combat tracker. Alright, so first of all, I need a... Oh, okay, that's something different. Alright, so... So as you touch the mirror...
Mm-hmm.
You get these visions and these cascade of images just come flashing through your mind as you touch it and stumble past. It sways for a moment and then takes position again. Now that you're in it, you've got all these tufts all around you. And I don't know if you've ever been in a hallway or had a mirror where two mirrors face each other and the images repeat and get smaller and smaller. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I totally get what you mean.
So that's happening all around you, and as you turn and move, you see yourself turning and moving in all these different mirrors.
Tusk kind of like is holding his head from the vision / mental damage he just took, and it's like, ugh. Yeah, no, don't touch the mirrors. Ugh. Ugh. God, that hurts. Looks like there's another door in the far end of this room. No, it's a hard to. Oh, all of these mirrors are in the way.
And I guess Jen's gonna try to follow Tusk, except, like, trying to, like, slide by the mirror and not, shove it out the way. Hey, man. You know? Let's all
Tusk
get in
is
on
going
the party.
to attempt to move to here, kind of trying to avoid touching the mirrors.
All right, Gimbal, are you coming through as well? Stop it. Escape. All right, so I need. I'm gonna say, I'll. Through the area, so luckily you only need to do it once. But I need a DC 20 Dex save.
Alrighty. Thank you, Danger Sense. Thank you, Danger Sense.
Nice.
I dropped to 6.
Come on, Gimbal.
Alright, and Genesis, I need a percentile.
Ah, darn.
Rip, bud. Damn. That's a low percentile.
Alright, so as you're passing through, I presume your goal is the other door?
Yes.
Okay. So as you're passing through Genesis, you see that there's a trying to see how it's written here. There are also mirrors along the walls. I just didn't draw them. Genesis, you notice that there's signs that you see a little thing sticking out from under the wall over here. So it's clear there's a secret door there. Or a hidden door or something.
Ooh. Don't go through that door just yet. I want to check something out.
Alright, and the two of... So Gimbal takes some damage. Did I roll that already? I did not. Alright, so here's your damage. What do you have on that's concentrating?
I'm back, guys. I'm booting up the D&D thing now. Give me a second.
Alright, so since we had the fight with the demons, what level did you cast Hex on? At?
Gimbal?
Oh, you only have 3rd level spells anyway. Alright, so it's gone now. If it was level 5, it lasts for 8 hours. So.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time.
Yeah, it's just gone. You used it when you fought the demons to switch Genesis back to.
Oh, okay.
in their body, Genesis and Tusk back, but that was like 3 hours ago, maybe even 4. I don't remember. It wasn't 8, but it's definitely more than 1. So.
But Sven, you can chuck me back on the map whenever you're ready. I'm booting up now to grab my character, so chuck me on the map somewhere and
You don't
fill.
want to be on the map right now.
Why?
Wait until we get out of the dangerous mirror room.
Dangerous mirror. Fair enough.
So there's a hidden panel along one wall of the room. I'm just waiting. Like I said, he's connecting, so everything's frozen for a while. It slides open, and you're able to see. Let me zoom in. So you see a small meditation chamber that has a number of rotting cushions, and you also see something else that's glinting in there. You need to have to go into the room to find out what it is.
Okay, there's a secret panel back here. If I suddenly disappear, this is where I am. And then Jen's going to kind of cautiously go in there.
Alright, so as you
Dust
step
just
in
kind of
there,
gives a
you
thumbs up
see
from
there's a
the
couple
across the room.
potions. This is not something that I made. So yes, those of you watching at home, yelling at your screen, why would there be potions in a meditation room that has nothing to do with anything? You're probably right, it's not logical, but this is D&D, and they want the potions, so shut up.
Except we did kind of already say we weren't looting the place.
I mean, we don't know what's in there.
Alright, so
Yeah, you guys bitched at me about looting a place, and what are you guys doing?
I haven't taken anything. I've snooped for sure.
Okay, potato.
these, like I said, the cushions are rotted. It's clear nobody's been in here for quite a long time, and you pick up and look at one of the potions, and you can tell it's a superior healing potion. There's 2 of them. So they're in the party sheet. If you don't want to take them, that's fine. I can delete them.
She looks at the expiration date and they expired like 10 years ago.
Thank you.
The warranty period that they came out like 25.
Alright, Jin goes back. John is back. Where is he? Here he is. Alright,
Well,
so John,
yeah.
I need a dex save.
Dex save. All right. Give me 1 second. In the tower, do I know?
It's a DC 20 dex save.
DC 20 dex save. Sheesh. All right.
it's only a lot of psychic damage if you fail.
If you want to close your map, I will reopen it. Otherwise, zoom out and you're over to the right.
Yeah, my map is. All right, there you go. Good. Did I make
Alright,
it?
so you're able to make it. Did you get more than 20?
I don't know. I rolled it in the tower because I physically.
If he tells you the DC,
Yeah.
then
Sorry.
you can roll.
Yeah.
the
You made
check.
24.
Yeah. All
You
right.
make it.
Yeah.
So you're able to weave your way carefully through. This room is a bunch of mirrors free hanging, as well as the walls themselves have mirrors on them. So you see this hallways and multiple reflections dwindling down to nothingness all over the place. And then sometimes you'll see Gimbal, and sometimes you'll see Tusk reflected, and it's just a mind-numbing experience. But you're able to dodge and weave and not touch any of the mirrors. Gimbal and Tusk did. Tusk, I'm giving you sort of a pass because you had no idea, so you weren't actively you hadn't actually come into the room yet when you touched the mirror, but you did weave your way through. So the 3 of you get a special boon.
Is it called inspiration?
No.
Supernatural, yeah.
Genesis, what is your bardic inspiration die now?
I'm only a level 6 bard, so I think it's a D8. Let me check.
Okay. So if you would please add
Yeah, it's a D8.
bardic inspiration to you, Gimbal, and John. And then I will just rename it. No, I'm sorry. It's you, Tusk, and John. Nice thing is this does not expire until you use it, so or long rest. So you have until your long rest to use it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna keep it noted on the side though, right here, because I'll totally fucking forget that. Honestly, if I don't keep it up, staring at it like.
So there was a hidden panel back there that had like a meditation room, except obviously nobody's been in there for a while. Like the pillows and such were just rotting away. There were some potions in there, but I leave it up to you guys to determine whether or not we should take those. They're like, it's forgotten property, but it's also like somebody else's, so.
I was gonna say, realistically, if we have to pass through a hall of mirrors to get where we need to go, they're challenging us, and one of the challenges might be to see if we're greedy, so I suggest we don't actually take them. Get what I'm saying?
This is a challenge.
Well,
Well,
you know...
if it looks like a forgotten room, you said there was stuff like molding in there or something like that? Something that, like, log around?
Were rotting.
Yeah, but
I say
realistically...
take them, and if anything, we can, when we actually meet with our hosts, we can say, hey, we think you lost these. And they can say,
I don't
hey,
know.
no, you can just keep it or not.
John is really superstitious, so, like, I don't think we should take him because, like, we're dealing with oracles and deities and stuff that, realistically, we shouldn't be fucking with, in John's words. So, like, I think we should just leave him and go. I don't think we should take anything at all that we find, now that I think about it, because, like I said, if this was a challenge to... Why would there just be random mirrors hanging in a... Like, John is a voice raiser, like, why would there be random mirrors that pretty much attack you, basically, and you have to weave through them if it's not a challenge of our mental fortitude? Or dexterity, or whatever you want to call it. Like, get what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a reason that these mirrors are here, not just because, oh, let's hang psychic damage. Let's hang damaging mirrors up and bonking, like, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes no sense whatsoever.
Well,
Yeah.
those
John,
of you that
but
did touch the mirror said that they were like visions that were hurting your head. I think it just means that
And
you weren't
now
ready
that
for
we've kind
that.
of passed to the other side of the room, I feel a little different. Like in a kind of a good way. So
I don't know. I don't think we should take them, but you guys do you. I'm just saying, if worse comes to shove, I don't think we should take them. I mean, we're already well equipped with potion and healing as it is. I don't think we need to be greedy and take it.
well, I don't think it's a sense of
Actually,
being greedy.
I
think
kind
it's
of
more
like
of
the
a,
way that Tusk phrased that of,
Yeah.
hey, it's obviously forgotten. At the very least, we can take it to them and say like, hey, we found this.
Yeah.
Is it yours? You know.
exactly.
I mean,
And that gets a lot of visitors. Well, maybe not a lot of visitors, but it gets visitors. So best bring it to a place where it could be used rather than just forgotten. So it's not us taking it, but it's us holding on to it until we can possibly return it to its proper owners. It's one thing to take something from a place where someone is actively, clearly living in, and using, and it's one thing to pick up an item that's in a clearly forgotten corner of this.
Don't you find it at all suspicious? Don't you find it all suspicious though that whoever came here just magically forgot 2 potions lying on the ground?
Well, as you mentioned,
I mean,
touching these mirrors hurts, so I don't know if people come through here as well. Plus, Jen, who's probably has the best eyes out of all of us, said she barely noticed it. So, I mean,
fair enough. I guess we can. It doesn't do no hurt to take them, but I don't know. I just think,
I'll leave with our hosts. We'll ask if these are theirs and return them if that is the case.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm all for returning them then, if we're just gonna hold on to them.
Alright, Jen, if you don't mind holding on to those, feel free. If not, I don't mind passing them out.
I'm okay holding on to them. Just somebody please remind me so that, once we finally talk to them, because I don't want to forget them in my super long inventory.
Will do, as I make a note. And with that, Tuss is going to open this door that's behind him.
John's going to follow Tusk. John's going to stay a good 2 to 3 feet behind Tusk, though, just in case a trap springs and he has to either push Tusk and get out the way, basically. John's going to stay a little further back. He's not going to be extremely up close to everybody.
Aren't you a rogue? Aren't you supposed to be good at finding traps?
Listen. Listen, you're a cleric, aren't you supposed to be good at healing?
I mean, she is.
I'm not a life cleric, okay? I'm a nature cleric. I'm very good at plants and animals, okay? Fuck off.
I mean, the same can be same for me. I'm a assassin. I'm not a natural dexterous rogue. I kill people. That's the difference. I kill people. You're not a good
sailor.
Yeah, I'm a good sailor and I kill people. I mean, realistically, what do you want from me?
I'm a cleric I'm a cleric and I haven't been taught religion a day in my life, okay? We go by the vibes here.
This whole intercourse taking place, not intercourse, but this whole conversation is taking place while we're just walking down a crystalline hallway, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much.
He's just walking ahead, just kind of chuckling to himself. Huh.
Look, she'd never be the one to point it out, but she's also a bard that is not horny. So, I like breaking stereotypes.
I mean, if you're not actively seducing a dragon as a bard, are you even really playing bard, though?
Yes. Is,
Okay.
Alright, so in front of you is a different type of door, but it does look like there's an area beyond it, and that you can
there is a door.
See through.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. Oh, we came across a dead end. Okay.
You can see through it, you said?
Just like you have in the other doors. You can see it's all distorted and wonky, but you can tell there's an area beyond the wall to the north, and it looks like it's a door.
John is going to volunteer Tuss to take the first step, basically, because he's the tank.
Look,
It's not quite
volunteering
volunteering when you talk about someone else.
You're
Like, yes, I will open it. Tusk is gonna kind of step up to the this door and try and open it. You said it was a little different, so he's gonna
All right. So
look
as
for
you
like
get
a handle
closer
or
to
something.
it, there you go. So as you get closer to it, it sort of like an iris opens up from the center, and you see
That was a little
very
funky.
large, round chamber in front of you.
All right. What do you think, Tuscan? Gem? Do you think we should just go in?
Yeah. I mean, what could go wrong?
I mean, we haven't really found anything that's stopping us so far, so continuing to move. And Tusk is just gonna kind of walk in.
Gimbal, are you joining us?
All right. So a couple moments after Gimbal comes in, the door closes behind you. Let me fix chat
Surely this is
for
fine.
the stream. Okay.
I can just
So-
picture Genesis in a burning building with the caption, "This is fine."
This is fine.
The outside of this wall starts to shimmer with color, forming different images and patterns. And as you start walking into it, your feet leave the floor
Okay.
and you're sort of slowly starting to turn, and it's like a balloon. As you guys are floating in the air now, about 6 inches off the floor. Give me an intelligence save.
Okay.
Oh, wrong thing. My bad. Damn, that would have been a nice roll as well. All right, fair enough.
I ended up rolling mine in the tower, but I don't have much hope.
I do not either. It's okay, Nick.
Neither do I.
know
Great
what I rolled.
rolls.
Same.
But I'll be back. Gotta go grab food.
Alright, so Tusk, you are twisting
Oh.
and turning and finding yourself sideways and then starting to turn upside down as you're drifting up.
Well,
Gimbal, you realize, and John, when he gets back, you can control what you're doing, so you're able to. It's like you two realize it's like the fly spell, so you can propel yourself.
Cool.
Genesis, you're not quite as out of control, but you're just sort of floating there. Get rid of
Not
this.
out of control, but not quite in
Supernatural gift.
control either. I got you.
All right, now all right. So what are you guys going to do?
Some sick flips.
Yeah. Tusk is just kind of upside down, slowly floating. Not sure what's going on.
For John and Gimbal, it's like sick as in cool. With Tusk, it's sick as in queasy.
Gimbal, what are you gonna do? You got these images flashing on the wall, patterns, and you're able to move. This is a 30-foot high ceiling.
Now, so I'll fly over to Tusk and try and flip him so he's normal looking.
Oh,
Nice. All right, so as Gimbal's helping you, go ahead and give me an intelligence save with advantage.
alrighty. 19.
Nice.
That's pretty good for me.
All right, so he with Gimbal talking you through, you're able to control it. So you are also able to fly around Um, Genesis, what are you doing?
Loading very slowly.
I'm back, guys. What did I miss?
So you are able to hear Gimbal.
Okay.
You're obviously watching Tusk, Genesis, so go ahead and give me another intelligence save with advantage. John, you find that you're basically in under the effects of a fly spell.
Fly spell. Okay.
So you can fly around and do what you want to do in this room. It's 30-foot high ceiling. If you're going to be going up, do what Gimbal did. Just instead of so hold Alt and use your mouse wheel, and you can adjust the height. All right, so it's all right, 14. So yeah, it's enough to slowly start figuring out what's going on. You don't really have any spells to do this, so it takes you a minute to figure out what mental commands and how to mentally get yourself moving. But Genesis, you're able to figure it out. Now that it's been a minute, you guys, let's see, give me a first time today. I'll pull up the requested rolls. Oh, I forget they don't have it. I don't like it. All right, everybody give me percentiles.
Nice.
Hey. Nice.
Tuska's doing the Superman pose, but you look really cool doing it.
Yeah.
Squid down god roll. Sheesh.
Alright, so I'm typing something to Tusk. And I'm going to give you a second inspiration. Because you rolled a 1. Alright, so Tusk, as you're flying around, you see these images and these vision patterns, and one of them reminds you of something that happened in your past, and all of a sudden you see that a vivid memory of up to 10 minutes show up, sort of like for us it would be on a movie screen or a circular television. For you guys it would be like a scrying pool or something, but it's up on the wall in about a 5-foot circle. You see what?
We see an image of Tusk walking out of a heavily forested area, snow on the ground, into a city. Different than Nashkel, different than the cities that you guys have, been with him in. And then it kind of fast forwards to a smithy shop. Which name I do not remember off the top of my head, but it's going in. It's warmly lit, plenty of excellent craftsmen, and you see a gruff-looking dwarf with like a scraggly but kind of like slightly burnt at the edges beard. That's graying just a slight bit. Sitting behind the counter, as Tusk looking a little younger, not by much, but by possibly a couple years. Kind of approaching and talking with the dwarf before speeding. We fast forward a little bit longer to see Tusk actually within the forge, helping out, kind of learning stuff. Starting to learn the process of smithing. At one point, he's directed to get something out of the fire, and you see him just absentmindedly use his hand to grab a very hot iron and before pulling back as his hands burned and putting it into the water, his hand into the water itself. And as he's kind of pulls it out, it starts shaking in, starting to treat it, the memory kind of starts to fade as he's holds up what looks to be a pretty bad proto iron knife that kind of has a sort of his distinctive little kind of fang tip, as some of you might recognize.
Very nice. So the only difference is that this is all from his point of view. So this is a memory. You guys see this memory of him. So you see him reflected in water or in a mirror as he's walking by, or a stagecoach or glass shop window or something. So you know who it is, but you're seeing it all from his point of view. You see the hand burned and the iron worked and stuff. So it says that I'm in the wrong room. It says that here it is. Anyone can use the room to replay. Here it is. I will share it. Can it? Will it let me? Come on. I know you want me to. There it is. Bam. Alright, so any of you can focus for a moment and use the wall to display up to 10 minutes of a event that you're aware of, that you were in, or even a historical event. Did anybody else want to try that? You guys do notice, Genesis, you would notice that there's another door like the first one to the north.
Gosh, I don't even know what kind of memory I'd play.
Am I
so cool and good at role playing and making stuff
am
up on the spot?
am I able to show the memory of my past of 10 up to 10 minutes of my past history as a assassin, basically, to the group?
Yes.
Am I able to show like a event from now past of me basically a past event history of when I murdered two dwarves in the household?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. Can I show that? Can I focus and show that?
You can.
But yes, you guys will see a younger version of John Hancock. So how do I go about focusing that?
So again, they don't see you. They see out of your eyes. And
Yeah, sorry.
If it's a memory from you, then they would see what you do, see it from your perspective. Hear what
Okay,
you
yeah.
hear, smell. They wouldn't smell it.
Yes, can I show them that? Are they able to see that?
Yep, you can. It's
Alright.
visible for all to see.
Alright, do you want me to describe it, or do you want to describe it?
Oh, you can do it. I don't want to mess it up.
Alright, so as past memory that I'm showing you guys, it's of John, when he was like 15 years old, his first ever assassin kill basically was of a rich dwarf family at night, basically with the person who betrayed him. So essentially, you'll for the first part of the thing, you'll see me disguise myself as a noble to gain entry to the building, the mansion where they're at, and waited on by their maids and butlers and stuff. And as I walk along to the thing, I come across the male and female sitting in their office. I send my cohort to essentially take the male to another room and kill him. And you can see me currently as talking to the female hostess to the female landowner in her parlor, basically. And essentially she's sitting on a chair, and I close the door behind me, and I essentially walk up to her, put my hand on her desk, and as you guys are walking forward, as she's sits down, I take my knife out of my wrist satchels and stab her right in the chest, basically, and stop her heart, essentially. And my cohort whispers to me using whisper message to essentially say he's done his job. He exits out the back, and I jump out the window, breaking the glass, and the guards are called and are on the lookout for me. And yeah, basically I escaped, basically, in I think that the whole fight took like 5 minutes. That's a whole 5-minute memory, basically, for you guys. You see everything I see. It was a cold winter. It was a cold day, basically. And yeah, I jumped through the glass window. But that's a little bit of history about John, basically.
So let me get this straight. Tusk shows us his smithing, and you decide to show us murder.
Well, given the fact that John, 90% of John's life has been murder because he was an assassin until his current upkeep with you guys. Yes, that's really only the memory he has is pretty much assassin. He only did like a 6-month pirating spiel, so there wasn't much to do with that. But yeah, that's just a little piece of John.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And, well, I sure hope they were people who deserved it. That's not his voice. Well, I sure hope those were people who deserved it. I will just know that you will have no judgment of your past, but we will judge by your current actions, and not hold your past over you.
Well, John, my past specifically is a very terrible past. I've done stuff that I am not proud of, so I hope that I can probably remedy the situation and be a better person, basically, by working with you guys and helping you guys out and stuff.
And that is a noble effort.
And
as long as we're alive, we can always make changes.
And as John's telling you guys this past, you see him sort of tear up, basically, and start crying a little bit and tearing up, so.
Very nice. All right.
Yep.
Gimbal or Genesis, are you going to do any visions?
Hell no.
Gimbal shows us like a 10-second memory of his reflection killing himself before he ran out of the bathroom naked.
After a moment, Gimbal's like, hell no. On the little screen is a fight from Tusk's perspective, where we are on the docks. And it's a chaotic fight. Things are happening. Suddenly, people are in one place and they're in another. And it's a very short, chaotic clip that ends with this barrel ending up in a sky,
You did
falling
not.
and breaking out open with Gimbal inside.
Nice. Okay.
Some things are better best forgotten.
Uh,
No, that's a
Fair
good one.
enough.
That's a good one. We
Okay.
just turned this cool thing of like, oh yeah, we're showing these deep, important memories, and we just turn it into like fucking AFV. Like,
That's right. Every time. Yeah, it's just a 10-minute montage of every time Genesis tripped and fell. All right, so
and for sure, like whenever we're
two of you.
sneaking, you just like kind of pan the camera over to Genesis, going clank, 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 clank.
All right, so we
oh wait,
need.
we'll do a montage of every time Jen's healed.
John is curious behind the history of
It's a
Jen's.
pretty short montage.
John's curious of the history behind Jen's metal leg. He would like to see that one day or hear the story of that.
She does
Metal
not
what?
have a metal leg.
Really? Right leg is indestructible. What's the story behind that?
It was
It's
a
just
magic
indestructible.
surge. Honestly, I don't even remember when it happened. She kind of figured out like a couple days after the fact of like, like I get beat up pretty bad and like I don't even have a nick in this leg.
Fair enough. I just
Apparently
was.
just kind of happened.
Yeah.
Nope. Television save.
All right, so you both saved, so you're golden. And I'm sorry, Genesis, did you say you're not doing anything?
Honestly, I think she's like thinking about it, but she's just kind of caught up in indecision, and so she ends up not doing anything.
Okay, that's fine. So move wherever you want to move. Do whatever you want to do.
Thus, will Superman fly towards the opposite door?
John will just follow behind Tuss, basically flying as best as he can without dropping anything on the ground. Because John's like, I've never done this before, so.
He'll approach the door and attempt to open it.
All right. So as you get close enough, you are the door iris is open, and as soon
And
as you
he'll
leave
like
the room, you're back onto solid ground, whether you want to be or not.
So somebody leaves the room at like 40 feet up and immediately starts taking fall damage.
Yeah.
Wake up!
Alrighty. Ugh. That was an interesting room, but
And the door
I
closes
guess we
behind
might
you.
better push forward.
The door
And
closes behind
Us is
us.
already.
Jen's gonna move over and see if she can open it again.
As you get close to it, iris is open.
Gotcha.
automatic doors.
That's really neat. Really neat.
Magic.
I don't know. This whole this whole thing feels a little weird. Just saying, like going through our past history, being able to show stuff, like it just doesn't feel right. I don't know. I'm getting a weird vibe from this. John is saying to
Hey,
Tuscan
you
Genesis.
willingly did it.
Yeah.
All right,
No, I'm
so
not gonna-
this is a good spot to go ahead and take our break. Just so you know, had you failed the saving throw, you would become
Forgotten that
obsessed with the past and constantly trying to go back and undo your mistakes. That's if you, by pulling up images of the past, you have a possibility of unlocking that flaw within you. But you guys both made your saves, so
Oh,
it
yeah.
didn't
Noted.
happen to either of you. So it is 8:33.
Okay.
We'll be going to take a break. We will be back in 10 minutes, guys.
Hey,
So
sounds
see
good.
you
See you then.
in a moment.
See you then. I thought I missed everything.
No.
Yeah, no, I thought I missed it.
Welcome, everybody. So we're going ahead and jumping back in here in just a moment. I have to finish up
Yes.
another thing.
So how's everybody's weekday going so far? I know this is off topic, but while Sven is fixing stuff, I figured, keep the masses entertained.
Yeah. That's going all right.
It's certainly going.
Also, Sven, I wanted to bring to your attention as well that the information for my character is wrong. He is a rogue sorcerer turned pirate turned adventurer. But yeah, it's not the other way around, pirate turned rogue sorcerer. It was actually the other way around. He went from being a rogue sorcerer to a pirate, and then he went back to rogue and sorcery, basically. But yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't. A pirate stayed.
Yes, he had
not
a pirate.
Phase, Mom. This is just how I talk.
Well, listen. At least he didn't. Listen, at least he didn't lose his hand. Otherwise, he would have been hooked.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know.
Had his ass handed to him.
But yeah.
So you guys can. Where are you? There you are. Let me unlock tokens.
I'm just following Tusk around at this point in time because Tusk is leading the way. He's leading the charge. Realistically.
Yep.
I'm saying like 4 or 5 feet behind Tusk in case a trap springs. Tusk, John's gonna say to Tusk, I hope you don't get offended that I'm using you as a meat shield.
That's what I'm here for.
Uses himself as a meat shield.
No, Jen uses him as a AoE
I
attack
have
meat shield.
explicit permission.
I know
to
it.
include him in area of effect spells.
I know, but realistically though, it's not good to attack your own teammate, Jen.
And we all acknowledge that, but sometimes there is no other option.
I've also slapped him to keep him in his rage, okay? That's happened before too.
Oh yeah, that happened on the Cloud Castle, wasn't it? He was literally in a rage and you ran by him and slapped him.
Yeah.
You're just whack! You basically bitch slapped him into his rage again, basically.
Well, no, barbarians go out of rage if they don't attack anything or don't take damage for a turn.
So what you're saying is slapping causes damage? I didn't know that. I didn't know slapping was
come to a door.
Yes. Secret tunnel.
So this just a moment, because this is on the wrong layer, so I need to put it on the right layer.
Sven being the OG that he is.
And we don't want a 30-foot wide door.
Oh, man.
What? Crazy.
I know, right? Could you imagine 4 of us trying to push open a 30-foot wide door? That thing would be heavy as heck. Especially if it's made out of, especially if it's made out of gems, especially emeralds or whatever it's made out of. The weight of an emerald is heavy, and this is coming from somebody who's steel shit. The weight of an emerald is heavy, so imagine giant emerald doors. Imagine how heavy they would be.
Look, man, Tusk broke the gate of the giant of the giant in the cloud. So
Admittedly, that was like already kind of on its way. So
Yeah, I was
no,
gonna
I'm pretty
say.
sure I saw you breaking it.
it was already kind of broken. It only took like a light shove. Well,
Yeah,
my
Okay,
light
Tusk,
shove, not
whatever
yours.
you say, whatever you say, Tusk.
listen, Janet's hyping up. Janet's hyping up Tusk. Okay, she's
Yeah,
basically saying break the door down, Tusk. Yeah, definitely. Yes, you need that technically hype man, but technically in Genesis' case, hype woman.
Da, da, da.
Alright, what you guys doing?
I'm gonna attempt to open the door. I was just kind of waiting on you.
Yeah, John's just standing here. Ooh.
In and